What's going on YouTube? Ceejaybrand is back with a brand new video for you guys once again today. Now today we're not going to be doing any sort of tech unboxing because this product right here has already been unboxed and has been utilized to its maximum capacity for me personally. So we're going to be showing you guys the Canon EOS R. We're going to be doing our first review of the camera. I know it's been a long time. We should have been done one, but yeah, stuff happens. But we're gonna get right into the review after this. Back in, so yeah, this Canon EOS R is one of my favorite camera systems I have ever used, honestly. And if you guys haven't been following the channel, I went off from starting off using the iPhone 11, then we had the Canon EOS M50, and then we went over to a Sony a7S II, and then we finally picked up the Canon R. Man, this we had trials, we had errors, but we got it done. I think I had this camera for a little over, I know I haven't had it for a year yet, but this right here has been my main camera that I've been using pretty much for any time, like any photography, product photography. All the videos on YouTube recently have been also shot on this Canon EOS R. I have recently picked up the EOS R6. I'm not gonna retire the R. I'm not gonna retire the R just because it's still a great full-size camera. This right here does come with a 30.3 megapixel size full-size sensor. So that right there itself still proves to me that when I do my photography shoots, I need to bring this and, you know, shoot with it. Now the lens that I've been using with this camera for a long time is going to be this Viltrox 85mm 1.8. I love it. The details that you get from using any sort of 85mm, as long as it has that great aperture on there, you gonna get some fire content. I'm gonna be real with you. So of course we do have the 35mm, 24, and etc, but this 85, it is dope. It's dope, I'm not gonna lie. But man, I'm just gonna tell you guys why I got the R instead of actually getting a Sony camera. But the main thing was this: the colors. The color performance on the Canon systems itself is just straight up out of this world. Yeah, Sony, they have, you know, a good color picture, but when I was comparing it to, like, I used like okay, so I had the M50, then I got the Sony a7 II. So them two older cameras, but they're two different brands. And I was like, you know, hey, my M50 kind of looks better than the Sony a7S II. So I was like, you know, let me go ahead and take this Sony back. I picked up the Canon and I immediately realized, like, wait, the Canon has more green in the pictures, it looks like, compared to, you know, Sony's. They're a little bit more magenta or red or whatever you want to call it. So I'm like, you know, hey, let me just go ahead and continue with the Canon family, and boom, never look back. I have never looked back, and I always tell people, you go to Canon, you good, man. You're straight up good. But some features right here. This Canon EOS R does come with this brand new RF mount family. This, like I said, this was right here was one of Canon's first, well, not even one of, this is Canon's first full-size camera, and also in their new series, the R series. So when, you know, they dropped this, they dropped the RF mounts, dropped a couple lenses with it. I think they dropped the 35, 50, and probably the 85 or something like that. Now this camera can also do 4K quality. Only thing about this is it only shoots 4K 24 frames per second or either 4K 30 frames per second. And then on top of that, with that 4K mode, you also do get a 1.7 times crop. So instead of your video, instead of using a 35, you maybe end up using around like a 60 perhaps. It depends. I don't think it's that big of a difference. Right now, I have the R6 and I'm using a 35mm, but it's only at 1.07 times crop. So I'm not at 35. You know, it's not, you guys, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I hope so. Some more things about this camera right here. It doesn't come with in-body stabilization. So when you are trying to do video, you do have to be worried about, you know, that wobble, unless you got a gimbal or something like that. And me personally, I had the Weeble think it was a Weeble S, and yeah, it wasn't working for me. So that Weeble S gave me so many problems. Not knocking them down, but I think it's because I had a fatter camera on a smaller gimbal that was for compact camera, so that was my fault. So now I got me something different coming in that will help me for use, utilization for both of these. Other things about this as well, it does come with Canon's Digit 8 processor, so that is one of the older models that you will get in a Canon RP or either the Canon M50. So new cameras like the R6 itself got the Digit X, so that's going to be the, of course, Digit 10 processor. So you do the math, you figure out how many processors I'm behind on the R. Other than that, man, I mean, the camera's all around great. I'll show you guys a small video clip of what I can do with it. Just don't knock it down. That IBIS isn't really important. The 4K crop isn't really that important at all, because you can still get great quality out of this camera. Now, price wise for this camera, we're looking at $18.99, it looks like, or sometimes you may be able to catch on sale, get it for like $16.99 or even maybe $15.99, depending on what Canon is doing, just for the body itself. Also, you can go ahead and use the EF mount glass. So like this right here is a Sigma 24mm. Only thing about this is I have to get a RF to EF mount, basically, or maybe vice versa. I forget. I've been looking on Amazon like, what mount do I need again? And I see the EF to RF. I'm like, wait a minute, do I need to get a RF to EF? But whatever they got going on. So this is a little quick comparison. This right here is going to be that EF bottom. So yeah, whenever you get the mount, you should already know. And then I'll show you guys the quick RF mount. This is right here is going to be the RF mount right here that we'll be switching over to. Let's go ahead and put both of them up for you guys right quick so you guys can see the difference. Right here is going to be the EF. This is going to be an RF mount. They kind of look the same, but they not the same at all. They're not the same at all. Now let's say this. Let's say, for instance, this. You're a wedding photographer or videographer and you need you a B cam. This Canon R is going to get you the job done for sure, especially if you have the Canon R5. You really don't need to go buy another R5 nor an R6 to get just to basically use it as a B cam. Like I said, this does still come with 30.3 megapixels. The R6 only has like 20.1, then the R5 has 45. So yeah, and I mean, megapixels really don't matter unless you're shooting in low light and you're also doing cropping. That's that. I will be using this still for video work because I do have to do a review video on this R6 if I don't take it back and go get an R5. It depends. This is my first time shooting video on the R6, so I'm debating, So, but man, that's that. This right here was a Canon EOS R. It's an amazing camera. It's an amazing camera. If you see scratches on it, don't be mad at me. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got for you guys on that Canon EOS R. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content I've been delivering within this video today, and also the pictures and maybe the little small video clip you just seen of the EOS R in action. But until next time, you guys, the brand is out. Peace.